Okay, 10 seconds.
I promise to take you to the most wonderful places on earth here. If I can take her in this creation, it must be love.
Join Commission Reviews crew. Have you not joined the membership yet? Take a few seconds and just hit the join button. It's very easy to do. Just select the join button, it will take you here. And as you'll see, you'll be able to join different tiers of the membership. As a member, you are also able to choose emojis that I created just for us. Welcome to Commission Reviews. As you guys come into the live, real quick, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new, and do not forget to hit. Now you are here, one of the hardest working YouTubers on here to review.
I go hard, bitch, I go hard, I go hard, I go hard, bitch, I go hard, I go hard.
Now, welcome everybody from Facebook group, Facebook. We got YouTube in the building. We got Periscope and we got Twitch. Welcome. Now, we have two special guests today. We have Miss Joy and we have Devin. Yeah, I've seen him on here before. When he first started doing Red to Love this season, I had him on here, my first guest. We did a commentary about the whole season. Y'all remember him. Welcome, Faith, to the chat. Welcome. I see my members, everybody coming through. So I'm giving y'all time to come through the chat. Now, Miss Joy, met her on Instagram. She is a joy. She has been behind the scenes talking to me since this season has started. So I'm very, very excited to have both of them on here. And we're going to discuss Ready to Love. Please make sure you comment in the chat. And my mods, please drop their Instagram in the chat for me so that everybody can go follow them and check them out as well, because they have great content. Without further ado, I'm going to bring them both on here. Welcome.
Hey.
So glad to have you guys. Now, Devin has been here before, so Joy, since this is your first time, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself. And then, of course, Devin, I want you to do the same thing as well. We'll start with you, Mama.
Yes. Well, hey, I'm happy to be here tonight. You know, first of all, I'm a single lady. So all the single ladies know we love reality TV shows. So I have been a fan of Ready to Love from the first season. Loved it, you know. And so I always just like to talk behind the scenes. And so I'm so glad to be here tonight just to share my perspective. I also have my own talk show called The Joy Sutton Show, where it's more about inspiration. But tonight I'm inspired to love. So that's why I'm here tonight. I'm excited to break down my thoughts. Come on with it. Break down my thoughts, tell you what I'm thinking about, and represent the single ladies up in the house.
Yes.
Hello, you guys. What's up? It's Devin, your boy, and I am here for it. I hope you are too. You can find me on Instagram at Ready to Love Own, Devin, your boy, and I am here to give my 2 cents. Actually, it's more like 20 cents.
Look.
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let's go ahead and get started with the last episode with the cliffhanger. There's been a lot of controversy being stirred up about Alexis' exit and the whole situation with AJ with the change his mind situation. I want to know if you guys want to dig into that and tell me what you guys think about the I changed my mind. We'll start with Miss Joy.
Well, Keisha Cole got a song called I Changed My Mind. Okay. Yes. One of her first singles. Go out and cop that on the streaming network.
Yeah.
No, I definitely, that was shady. on Alexis's, like for Alexis, that was shady, because clearly we see that, you know, he chose Alexis, and, you know, Kyra was supposed to go home. Okay. But in the moment, he changes his mind and flips the script and says, you know, I want to still connect with Kyra, which then just means that Alexis goes home, you know? So
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, listen, when you went into that moment with Kyra, nothing against Kyra, but you had made a decision already, you know? And so it's just, you need a decision. I thought it was just really shady. It was almost like I was thinking like, okay, so you really didn't know what you wanted to do. Like, you know, you should have really thought that out a little bit more. But, you know, that's just my 20 cents.
Okay.
Yes, you know, backing on what Devin said, here's the challenge. Men are physical by nature, and Kyra seems to have this kind of effect on men. I don't know what it is, but girl got some kind of effect on men. And when he started holding the hand and kind of feeling her a little bit, I think he started thinking with that emotional side. Remember, he said it was between like this emotional choice of who he wanted versus who he should be. And when he had a chance to spend time with her and hold her hand and see her again, I think that his mindset got shifted in that moment, which I can understand because that is challenging. He's struggling with the woman I really desire versus the woman I need. And so many men mess up in this area. Come on with it. They got the woman over here who they know probably is not the one for them, but yet the one who's got their back, been there, been like, I'm down for you for day one. They get caught up. So I think that's what really happened in that moment is he got caught up and he decided that, you know what, I can't shake this feeling anymore. Can't fight this feeling anymore. I'm gonna go for Kyra. And we see how that's gonna play out just by the clips.
You know, this is what I'm gonna say. I feel like that Kyra was his number one from the get-go. Even when I asked him that, you know, he kind of was being a little evasive about it, but and he even said, if you had an opportunity to, you know, meet up or talk to a person that you maybe thought got away, so to speak, when you do it again, I said, yes, human nature, yes. If I saw somebody that I would love to take the opportunity to get to know again, yes, I would take advantage of it. But I do kind of feel like, you know, Alexis put all of her eggs in AJ. She was, remember now, her and Ron was this big old thing. She kind of left Ron to the side for AJ. So hindsight, I like wonder, does she wish that she would have just stuck with Ron? Because at the end of the day, he was gonna always choose Kyra, in my opinion. I feel like he was gonna always choose Kyra, no matter what he saw in the house. Their connection was gonna always be stronger. They saw each other for a couple of days, but there's something about their connection he did not want to let go. People thought it was fake when he was doing the emotional thing. I thought it was legit. I just felt like maybe people were saying that it was a production thing. They just kind of stretched it out. They knew he was gonna always pick Alexa. I kind of feel like he may have had some feelings for her. I don't think that was made up. I feel like Joy was saying, that he was in this hard decision that he had to make. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say that was a production thing. I don't want to blame everything on production, but I do feel like he was in a tug of war. He didn't know what to do.
And I think a lot of us find ourselves in that situation. Like I said, we know the person that we need versus the person that sometimes we want. And I think, you know, Alexis from day one with him was like, hey, I need you. I'm here. I got your back. You are the one I want. I mean, that was her thing from, you know, for most of the part. And I think he went for what he wanted versus what he needed. And it was a challenging situation. And it just goes to show when we see that Kyra's heart wasn't all there. She's still thinking about Jason. So is there a lesson in this for women or even for men or for whoever you're dating, your partner, whatever, that sometimes you got to go for what you need maybe than what you want, because sometimes that doesn't work out for you. And I think in the end, when he's watching this back, I'm interested, Devin, to wonder what he's thinking as he's watching. Because in this moment, he's thinking he's on cloud nine and he's won, when really she's still conflicted. When if he had gone with Alexis, it would have been.
You know, I have to, you know, with Kyra, I know Kyra's getting a little heat right now, okay, from a few people, a few fans, a lot of fans, really. And
Yes, it's
she
true.
said one thing last episode
Mhm.
that really resonated with me and really made me like totally go for her in her corner. And that was, she said, I don't want to make a decision because I want to make sure that this person is going to be my husband. Something along that lines. Like,
Yes.
and so I was thinking, wow, like she could for the show. Absolutely. Let me choose AJ and be all in love with him for TV. But she is actually making a decision for her heart. Okay. She's making, to me, a responsible decision because let's face it, maybe her husband isn't Jason. Maybe her husband isn't AJ, right? Maybe her husband is someone she hasn't even met yet, but she needs to make sure that with her heart, that is what she wants. And when she said that on TV, I was like, I get it, sis. I get it. 1000%. And if I was in your same shoes, I would make the exact same choice.
I respect it
Okay,
too.
look, go ahead, Kamisha. What you was gonna
No,
say?
I was gonna say with him, with the Devin is saying, I respect the decision because, I said the same thing. She could have easily just said, "Okay, I'm gonna pick you, AJ." But in my opinion, I feel like that she likes Jason more than AJ. I feel like
Correct.
AJ likes
I agree.
Kyra way more than AJ likes her. I don't know what it is about Jason, but I really feel like that she wanted Jason to pick her. She was so upset about the whole, Liz situation. I really believe she wanted to stay in the house to claim her man. Yeah, that was my man. I don't, that's my opinion about that. Go right ahead,
But
Joy.
let me
I'm so
add, can I just add a second opinion? And I'm going to kind of agree, but a little bit disagree with you guys on
sorry.
this
Okay.
because the show isn't Married at First Sight.
Mm.
So to me, and I agree with you, Devin, that she was trying to protect her heart. But I think the show, from what I understand, is designed to bring people together. You don't have to say you're going to have to marry somebody at the end of this, but I do think you have to make a decision of who you want to get to know better. It doesn't have to lead to marriage. And I think sometimes as a single woman, I've been there. We're so focused on who the man I'm going to marry. Is this my husband? That we don't allow the process to unfold and just date and get to know each other and say, hey, out of everybody, you my top choice. Doesn't mean I have to marry you at the end of the day, but I can get to know you. And I've been in that. And I've had people come to me and be like, listen, you so focused on the husband that you can't even date. And she wasn't gonna. I mean, who thinks, in my opinion, that you're gonna come on reality TV and in 6 weeks, I don't know how long the process is, but you're gonna know that that's your husband. Maybe that's a miracle.
Reva and Mario.
They not married yet. No, I'm just saying. But then it took a while for them to know that that was their husband. So a lot of times, I think a lot of times we're so focused on, is this my husband? Instead of just enjoying the process and saying, who could I want to continue dating beyond this process. I don't think she had to say that this is the person I want to marry. And I'm not saying that's bad on her part because I've been there where I'm like, is this my husband, Lord? This my husband. And just date. Enjoy.
Disagree with you because with reality TV, especially when you're on a reality dating show, whoever you're linked up with on the show, people think that forever you're supposed to be linked up to that person. Mm-hmm. So when Kyra leaves Ready to Love, if she chose AJ just to choose AJ because of the show, for the next 2 to 5 years of her life, people gonna be like, "Where's AJ? Where's AJ? Where's AJ?" Okay. Same thing happens with any dating reality show. If you linked up with somebody, okay, they're gonna be like, "Where's that person?"
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Like, I would rather walk away from the show single than actually put my name next to someone else's name, even though I know I don't love them and I know they're not my husband, but for the show, I went ahead and say, yeah, let me be with you. Okay. Now, to this point, a good example would be last season, Winter and Anthony.
Right, okay? Right. I agree with you on that.
At the end of the day, they ended up choosing each other. Okay. Now, we know today they are not together. Okay.
Right.
But every time Winter goes somewhere, every time Anthony goes somewhere, they're going to hear, oh, where's Winter? Are you still with Winter? Oh, where's Anthony? Are you still with Anthony? And it's just because that's what we've seen on TV, and we don't know. Nobody knows, So I feel like, I get it, what you're saying. It's a dating show, but if you choose somebody Okay, forever. Joelle and Vernisha will be linked together, even if they don't make it.
But
Okay. Well, go ahead. What you were gonna say? I had something to add to that, but go ahead.
no,
I'll
no,
hold
no,
back.
no,
Hold
Joy,
back.
Joy, Joy, go ahead. Go ahead. I want to hear it. Go right ahead. I want to hear.
No, so I was gonna say, but that's dating in general, right? Because if you go Facebook, if you go and you post it on social media that you're dating somebody, people gonna be like, "What happened? I dated a guy. We stopped dating." And people like, "So where's your man? What happened to him? Oh, he's dating so and so." So I think that's part of the dating process to some extent. But I see what you're saying because I'm sure Winter, every place she goes, people are like, "Hey, are you connected to that person?" But I remember interviewing her and she said that in that moment they did really like each other and it may have worked out. And she didn't know in that moment was that going to be her husband when she walked away from the show. She was just like,
Right.
he's a really cool dude. I really vibe with him. Let's see what this is. And so, but I see what you're saying, Devin, because people are going to link it up. But I'm just saying, from a single woman, we have a tendency to be like, "This my husband. Is this my husband?"
True.
And instead of just
Yeah.
allowing the dating process. But that's why I like we talking because we got different of opinions. We got to give them something to think
Yes.
about, don't we?
What I was gonna say was the Reva situation and the process that was done. That I don't know if we'll ever see it again, because a lot of people gave her a flag when the show went down. But people thought about later on, it was like, you know what, she did follow the process. She wasn't linked up with him that much. But at the end, once the show was over and they went through, I dated her and he dated whatever. At the end of it, they came together because they realized, oh, you are that one for me. So I feel like the process is hard because you have to literally, I'm not going to just focus on one person. I'm going to date others and I'm going to be okay watching you do the same exact thing. If you're not able to do that, you should not be in a situation like this where you'll be so emotionally tied down that seeing that person dating someone else is going to cause keep it cute situation or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Where there'll be little attitudes back and forth. How can you, in that type of environment where it's, negativity or you're upset with each other, how can that process be? Because at the end, when Tondi was upset with the whole Reva thing, I was kind of like upset too. When I thought about it later on, I was like, you know what? They followed the process. You can't help who you like. I don't know.
Yes, but someone like Vernisha, who did not follow this process. Vernisha fell in love, to me.
She did.
With someone that she was 100% connected to. And she made a personal choice to not date anyone else. Okay. And she's very similar to me. If I meet someone, I will, okay, I'm going to focus on this one person, and I think because she chose that, she made that decision, because of that, Joelle could really see, like, this woman really rides for me, and I need to equally ride for her. It did take him a little bit to get there.
I'm about to say it. See,
but I do feel he got there, but it did take it. It's a little bit longer for men, to get it, but he saw this woman rise for me. She always gonna say my name, okay, and I'm happy he did, okay.
That's true, but you know what? She had to suffer a little bit for that to happen. He didn't always choose it, even though he was kind of petty and mad when he chose Kyra and all these things. She still chose him the entire time. It wasn't a fair equation. I guess I'll look at it like that, because the way, look, what I'm saying, I understand what he's saying. Yes, she didn't date anyone else, and that was her decision to make that. But there was no guarantee that was going to happen the way it is. She could have put herself out there and say, "I'm not dating anybody else." A couple of men who came on the show when I interviewed them from this series, from this season, they said Vernisha was kind of off limits to them. They literally said that. So they didn't look at her like, I can date her, because that's Joelle. Even if Joelle don't ever claim her, she claimed Joelle so strongly. So, I mean, it's
but
a dating
I wonder too, Devin and both of you guys, I wonder if you're thinking about this. Do you think that was a decision because she wasn't attracted to anybody else? Because I wonder, or is it just because I know she went on the other date, right, with Dedrick, I remember, and she didn't I didn't feel like she was feeling anybody else. So maybe that was just a product of circumstance, or do you think she consciously said, out of all the men, I want this one?
I don't know about that one because there's been so much chatter that we all have heard about how producers not necessarily told them because they all adamantly said they didn't tell them, but they would give them a little whisper here and there and say this kind of a little push, So it was a lot of suggestions, I guess you can say that. So I always wonder whoever their number one was, they didn't always want those two together.
Correct.
They wanted them legit with someone else. The same thing came from last year. So how do we even know? That really
I
is.
honestly think that once you like, I think that they just have to take a step back. Production, when they see someone is connecting that they didn't necessarily think would connect, you just have to take a step back and let it ride. Because honestly, what it would just bite you in the foot later. Because if, let's say, they didn't want Vernisha to be with Joel, and they decided to get in her ear and be like, "Oh, I need you to date this person. I need you to date that person." She could have easily said, I see her being the type of person to say, "Well, you know what? I actually self-eliminate."
Yeah, I think
Okay.
she probably would have. Yeah.
And I think that they let it ride because they can see that this is a good connection. This is the love that we need, okay, for ready to love, okay? And if you don't have these love connections, luckily this season we can all see that there's love connections that happened, okay? Without it, I don't think they would have survived next season.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
fans are already saying that, and most of the chats I've seen that they were a little disappointed with the production, with all the different interviews that in their own Instagram lives, not necessarily dragging production, but saying because I've talked to some people behind the scenes, it's not necessarily production is just been so bad. It's just that they've had a hand in situations that fans and bloggers and just viewers in general would think that they have stepped over the line just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Where like let it happen organically, not necessarily you guys trying to orchestrate some narrative for entertainment.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
go
go
ahead,
ahead,
Joy.
Devin. No, I was going to say, I think Devin and I talked about this before. Is the show premise really helping people to find love? Is that the goal? Because we have to remember that at the same time, it is entertainment. And we do see people
Correct.
fall in love because hopefully, like you said, V and Joel, they kind of seem to have something going on, and Liz, and looking at that situation. But is the show really designed for people the way it is to truly fall in love? And I think that's why, and Devin, I think you were talking about this, that they may be revamping or looking at is the process and the way we've been doing this, is this working? And I think at the end of this season, if nobody works out, if we don't have any couples, I think we will. But if we don't, they need to go back and look at the process and say,
Yeah.
yes, this is entertainment. But people I know as a single woman, I want to see somebody fall in love. I want to believe it's
Yes.
possible.
The success story.
I strongly believe that the production had a big hand in Liz and David getting together. Okay. And when Liz and David didn't work out, they didn't see Liz and Jason together. I strongly believe in that. And because the narrative that they painted from the first episode to like episode 5, it was like Liz and David. Okay. Jason, who at that time, we didn't even really know Jason very well.
Right.
As soon as David got out the picture and we saw Liz and Jason connecting, I think, to me, I feel like Liz and Jason have a stronger connection than Liz and David did. Okay.
David said that. He said that when he got into the house. I'm so sorry, baby. David said when he got into the house, he didn't see any connection with himself at all. He said he did not see any connections from the beginning when he first walked in there. He just didn't see it.
Run me my check. They need to run me my check. Okay. Because baby, I know love like the back of my hand. Okay. All right. And I can easily see when it's fake and when it's real. Okay.
So you didn't feel like he was interested in her from day one? Really?
I thought that was production. Okay. That's it.
Interesting.
Production, not production. Because production, before they even started airing, was writing on their call sheet. David and Liz, that's our match. We finna make happen. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That's one of the questions that I asked them all. Like, first of all, can you fall in love? And I will ask them that legit question. Like, did you think love can happen? And they was like, when he didn't surprise me when he said that coming to the house, he didn't think he would find it. Because sometimes you know that. You might walk into a room where
You're
there's some
like,
single
nah.
people there. Right. You kind of get the feeling like, I don't think it's going to work out. And like Devin, yes, there's truth behind what you're saying, that her and Jason was legit. But the David and Liz, I think Liz did have in the beginning legitly was interested in him. I think that at the time she thought that was the only one that she was vibing with at the moment. But I think that
spill the tea.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Give us some tea, Devin, that we didn't know about. Come on.
Spill the tea. And I will say, I you know,
Go ahead. You got us all like on pins and needles.
Honey, okay. Let me tell y'all something. There's definitely like a cast member or two in the house, you know, in this season that I know for a fact they were not attracted to anybody on the cast. Okay. And they made a choice. You either decline and say, you know what, I'm okay, I'm good, this isn't for me, and you move on, or they say, I'm on the OWN network, I'm on TV, and this is an opportunity for me to advance my whatever. Okay.
Now, will we be surprised who this person is?
Absolutely, 1,000% surprised.
I'm not gonna.
Seriously.
Okay.
So, yeah. The thing for me is I'm a true believer in authenticity. Okay. And if you sign up for this process, yes, you know it's TV. Yes, you know it's network TV. Yes, you know millions of people are watching you. But you also should know that this is a dating show. This is about love. This is about finding somebody for you. And if you can look at the people that is in front of you and say to yourself, you know what, I'm not attracted to anyone here, then walk away.
So is this a guy or a girl? Can you give us that much? We need a little bit more tea, Devin. You keep and did the person make it past like 3 episodes?
The reason why I'm not saying anything because I'm gonna wait until people are coming on here to speak for themselves after the reunion. That's why I'm just not gonna say anything.
I'm just saying that for me, it's like I don't like fakeness. I don't like fake people. Okay. And when I heard what I heard, when I heard it, I was definitely like
disappointed.
1,000% disappointed. Okay, because it's not fair. Someone else could have took that spot that genuinely was looking for love, that genuinely like wanted these people.
So let me ask you this, Devin, and I'm interested in both of y'all think about this. Do you think the majority of people who came on this season were really looking for love? Would you say it's 50-50?
I think that everyone was ready for love.
Okay.
I think everyone. Hold on one second. David said after the mixer, this is from Evita the Diva, that he wasn't feeling anyone. He said that on his live. Well, if Evita the Diva watched David's live and he said that, then that came out of Evita the Diva's mouth, not mine.
But then, okay, so let me ask this. If you're not feeling no one, why are you crying? Right? So sometimes, and that would be my question. Why are you crying and emotional about it? And why did you have such a visceral reaction to, Liz, if you weren't even feeling her?
And let me tell you why.
Let me go find this interview real quick while y'all talking. Go ahead.
The reason why I believe David had such a meltdown when he was getting eliminated was because the editing painted a negative picture of David.
But did he know that at that time?
He was not here for it anymore. David is a Christian. He is a God-worthy man, okay? And he is being painted as in a negative light right now. So the fact that he was not going to let production send him home like that, okay? He wasn't going to let them do that. He was like, no, I'm going to self-eliminate. I'm going to eliminate myself so that y'all cannot. And you notice when he walked away, he was like, no interviews. No questions. That's because they were going to tell him certain things and he didn't want that. That's why.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm trying to,
but okay,
y'all go ahead.
okay, go ahead. What you gonna say? I had something to
No, no,
add
no,
then,
no,
but
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no.
hold
I
back.
was gonna say, y'all keep on talking. I'm trying to find an interview with David because he said some things, but y'all keep on talking. I'm sorry. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Joy.
So what I was gonna say is
You're
though
looking for receipts right now.
she's looking for receipts as we
Okay.
in the midst of this. But Devin, what I was gonna say is I see what you're saying about that, but he still the way he responded to Liz made me feel and at the date with Clarence, right? He's at the date with Clarence. If you don't care anything about this woman, if you're not even interested, if you like she not even my type, I wasn't feeling nobody. Then my question is, why even at the part with Clarence were you having a reaction? Because if I don't care about a guy and his ex, I'd be like, hey, how y'all doing? I ain't upset. And to
Because
walk out.
he was thrown a curveball. He didn't know that he was even meeting Clarence. Okay. He thought that was another opportunity for him and Liz to go on a date one-on-one and for him to talk and explain himself. Same thing when he was getting eliminated. He thought, I'm going to meet up with Liz and we're going to be able to talk this out and get on the same page. She was there to say, David, you are not ready to love. That's what she was there to do. And
Right.
he could not let her say those words. He had to let her know first, well, I'm self-eliminating. Which to me,
Why was that so important? Because here's my question for
he
you.
had to walk away victorious. He could not walk away losing.
Right, but he made himself, just in my personal opinion, by the way he responded, he made himself look worse. I would have took it. I would have said, Liz, go and say what you want to say. And I said, let me tell you, Liz, to truth be honest, this is how I really felt it went down. And now that you said your piece, I appreciate you said I'm not ready to love, but really, y'all ain't ready to love. I'm out. Whatever. But the way he responded, I think made people feel like he was upset or he was heartbroken or something along those lines. But I see what you're saying, Devin. He was probably frustrated with production at that point, and we're only seeing snippets. But I'm saying that the way it came across to me is that there were some feelings there to some extent. And maybe I misread that. And if you're saying, Devin, you the love guru, so I trust you on this.
Although David said out of his mouth he wasn't feeling anyone, I think when he got into the process, I do think he had chemistry with Liz.
Okay.
He realized, oh, wow, I really am feeling this person. Okay. Now, I don't think that his mindset was all the way there, but I do think when David walked Liz into the ball, that was like a genuine connection to me.
Okay.
Yes. I was trying to find an interview that I had with David. I didn't find it because in the interview he gave a lot of hints that something was coming. I kept wondering why he kept saying stuff like, hey, just know when you see what's coming up, I am a man of integrity. And I remember I kept on saying, why is he? I mean, because it was very soon coming up was the episode between him and Liz. And I thought I had timestamp on this video. Because I was trying to, can y'all hear it?
Not yet.
No, not really.
Yeah, I guess they're saying you.
You can hear it a little bit.
I'm going to say this. There are things that I saw that the camera didn't see, didn't catch, and wasn't able to show to the world. I saw things with relationships with people, friendships. I saw things come together and I saw things fall apart. To answer that question, I was privy of something that happened at the masquerade ball that kind of, I hope these two people can come back together one day.
I know exactly what he's talking about too.
So I don't think I necessarily believed or saw anything. I don't necessarily.
Okay, I think on that one he's speaking about the situation that everybody keeps talking about all the time, but nobody wants to talk about, but everybody knows about it.
Who was that situation between?
That situation between Dedrick and another cast member, and I know everything about it, but I just haven't spoken about it or anything.
Well,
and
honey, spill the tea, Kamisha.
Now look on that. He was speaking about what happened behind the scenes, and see, they're supposed to be not speaking about things that happen off camera, I'm supposed to get exclusive about this after reunion, but it's something I was trying to find. See, hold on, y'all.
Let me go ahead and ask anyway. Somebody said I saw David videos and is also prayer
I'm trying to find out what he was talking about the reunion. I mean, I'm sorry about the situation.
To my Instagram, my name.
Okay, well, why don't
I can't
you
find
keep
it.
searching
Bring it back on.
and let's keep it moving.
Okay, so what he ended up saying, honestly, what he ended up saying was, in the future, some point in time, you're gonna see some things about him, and he said, just understand, I'm a man of integrity. When I had Clarence on here, Clarence said that he didn't understand any of David's actions. He said him and Liz had, spoke about the situation before. It wasn't an ambush or anything. That David just took it that way. David took it as it was an ambush, and it was not. And I agree with Devin 100%. When you say that David did not want to be with the whole self-elimination and all these things, he didn't want to be embarrassed. He felt like he was embarrassed by her saying, "You're not ready to love," which I don't understand that, because
That's part of
they
the
all have
show.
been through that. Yes, they all have been through that. And people were coming in my comments saying things about his ex, saying that this was validation, the way he acted so aggressive with Liz. I'm like, for me, I don't know about that. I mean, because everything is kind of a hearsay situation, but I do not understand the way he was so aggressive, wouldn't let her just get the words out. It seemed very immature to me that you couldn't let the woman just say, "You're not ready to love. Hey, give me a hug. See you next time." Blah blah blah. I didn't understand that. Even Ron, because both of them were having explosive, and Ron said we didn't see all of it. He actually said that it was more explosive than what we actually saw on camera, like the exchange between the two couples, or whatever you want to call it.
And
And
I'm
I'm
just
like,
wondering, have
what?
y'all not watched? Here's my question for the folks. Have y'all not watched previous episodes? Because I think when somebody says, I'm about to be on Ready to Love, looking at the past episodes, this is what happens. There is the elimination process. I think that's kind of part of it. And so I think you have to be able to deal with that. Now, granted, I ain't been up there. I'd probably be on there boo-hoo crying. I can't say. It would be like, no, I'm ready to love, so I can't
Exactly.
really say. But I think you have to know what you sign up for. And I wonder how many people were actually like watching the show beforehand and knew what to expect. Go ahead. Break it down, Devin.
When Stacy gets eliminated, if you guys notice, Stacy got eliminated right after the masquerade ball. Okay, literally. What we did not see, we barely saw any narrative to why Stacy was getting eliminated. Okay. People said that she wasn't approachable, and people said that, freaking frack made their mark, and we couldn't get to you. But that's no reason to send a woman home. Okay. There was no reason to send her home. So when she got eliminated and was breaking down crying, that cry was not because she was getting eliminated. That cry was because of whatever went down behind the scenes. Okay. And
Yes,
it's
that's what
not fair. I didn't think it was fair to her. Okay. I said, wow, like, really, you guys are gonna do this to her? She didn't even have a chance. And Stacy is a beautiful person, inside and out. And she didn't deserve that disrespect, to me.
You mean the way that they portrayed her as crying over just being let go because it seemed like she was over emotional versus which is interesting because we don't see everything.
That's what they did. They blindsided her. Okay. And
there's a few things that we did not see, y'all, about that situation. A lot of things happened after the ball. A lot of things happened that people are saying allegedly got people sent home. Y'all just don't even know. It's I mean, some of y'all might know, but it's still stuff not being said that happened off camera that they're allegedly saying may have contributed to why she went home. Now, I've heard so much. It's kind of like I don't know. It's almost like it's too much to me. The tea, and I have not put any of that out there, and I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a reason. But
Kamisha, I don't think they're going to talk about it. I don't think they're going to talk about what happened behind the scenes, okay? Because it didn't happen on camera. It didn't happen on camera, so they're not going to talk about it.
But do y'all feel like there's more drama this season than other seasons? Like, I feel the cast this season has been speaking out more ever than the other seasons. So. I feel like that.
Honestly, I thought season 2 had more drama.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
it had a lot of drama in season 2.
Season
Yeah.
three had no drama to me. You know,
But
season 3,
hold on,
they didn't really have drama in season 3 to me.
Right.
they had some, but Devin, that tea will be coming out. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay,
That
so you
tea,
know that
that
for a
tea.
fact.
Well, I look. This is what I'm trying to say. That I was told that I will be getting that. Now, if it doesn't happen, I have things I'm going to be doing.
Okay,
So that's
well,
all I'm saying.
I mean, you
So,
know, you got your sources, and I got mine.
I'm just here for all y'all's tea, and I'm just providing commentary, comic relief
now,
here
if they
today.
don't, say it, that's up to them. But I just have things in the works for after the reunion. I mean, I'm not gonna spill it. I don't feel like it's my place. I really
It's
don't.
not mine either. It's
You
not
know what
my
I'm
place to
saying?
spill it either. I'm just saying the way my girl got done on national television was
Yes,
effed up.
it
Okay,
was.
that was effed up. All
I
right.
I agree. Ouch. I agree that Stacey got done pretty dirty. I've always told her that. I did not feel like it was. I don't know. I really hope they get rectified kind
Now
of
that right
after the
there, I
reunion.
can blame that on production. Yes,
So
production.
you
Y'all
felt
did.
like production played a role in that part.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
did. They did.
1,000%.
They did.
1,000%.
I mean, I don't want to drag production. I really feel like production and we've all said this. They have to take a step back, kind of, because it's like you guys cannot control the narrative to a point where this is no longer you're part of the show in a different way. You're no longer behind the scenes. You're
Yes,
now you're doing it's
You're the 21st member.
you're turning it exactly. It's turning into a scripted show opposed to a reality show. I mean, reality show have some script. I understand that, but not to a point where let's redo this again. Okay, I know you just did it's natural, but do it again, but smile harder and whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm being dramatic, but I'm just saying it needs to be where we step back and let some of this happen organically. The viewers and the fans are noticing it a lot more than you guys realize. I know y'all are
Absolutely.
watching.
And
So I'm
and
just
they're
saying.
losing. I mean, listen, do I think Ready to Love will absolutely go off the air because they're losing fans? No, because they got too many of them. Okay.
I agree with
But
that as
what
well.
they're losing is people taking them serious. That's what they're losing. People will watch it for a little entertainment value, but they're losing people thinking, wow, this is a real love show that's going to really connect people. Okay. That's going to really, like, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette have couples that are still together.
Yeah, married at first
And
sight.
babies
Married at
too.
First
And
Sight has
babies
married
too.
couples that are still together. Okay.
So you believe that it's possible. And I
Correct.
totally agree with you, Devin. And I think they probably will, after the season, take a step back and look at everything. And you can't totally script love. There's got to be, it's organic.
I don't know.
They listen to what
I
we
know
say
that,
more
like,
than you know.
they're going to DC next. Okay, we know this, but they were also having trouble casting people for DC. Okay, District of Columbia has a lot of people in it, a lot of singles. How are you having trouble casting people?
Because
Why?
Because
Because
people
they
are
want to be
afraid
on
of the
national
backlash
TV.
and what
yes,
happens when they come on the show
yes,
Exactly.
yes,
and
exactly.
how they're going to be portrayed. Because I think if you're
Exactly.
concerned about how you're going to be portrayed, you're less likely to want to do it. And I think when it first came out, I mean, I still love the show. I mean, I'm tuning. Truth be told, I'm tuning in every Friday, right?
Right,
But
me
I do
too.
think people are hesitant because they're like, am I going to be played? Is the real me going to be seen? And that's a big deal because this, at the end of the day, these people still are going to have to live with the ramifications of how they were portrayed on the show. That does not go away.
I have to say this, and whenever I speak her name, she knows, and she makes sure to tell me, okay? But the way that Denise was portrayed on season 3, unfortunately, it follows her. Okay.
Absolutely.
People remember and they never forget,
Exactly.
And I've spoken with Denise many times, okay? And she's a really amazing person, okay? Really good heart and genuine. But because she was portrayed a certain way, they can't see the kindness in her. They can't see
They can't see past it.
They can't see past it. And so for me, it's like, it's not worth it to me. I'm not going to go on national television and have you playing me like I'm a chess piece. I'm not about to do that, because when I go home, you have to remember, I still have to have a life after this. Okay.
Yeah.
I still have
Family,
to do something with
friends,
my
job.
career.
Yes.
I still want to fall in love. And if the person seen
Right.
the show and was like, oh, they said she was like this, I might not get my next relationship because of y'all. Okay.
Well, see, they
You're
well,
not gonna play
this
me,
this
boo. You're not gonna play me. Don't
this
do no
year,
gay
this
version.
year,
Do
Alexis is
not do
taking
no
that
gay
spot,
version,
the
'cause
same
I ain't
spot.
doing it. I ain't doing it.
The
Well,
spot that
Devin, you
mentioned
didn't
about
told
Denise.
them.
Wait, my
Devin
mic?
said he wanna host the show, but he don't want to be on the show. So call him to host the show, but don't ask him
But
to be one of the love
let me
couples.
let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that Alexis has taken that position as Denise? And the reason why I say is because
No.
just like Devin, well, let me say this: a lot of people, a lot of fans, drag Alexis a lot, and I talked behind the scenes with her a whole lot. I do not think that what we see is not the same betrayal. I mean, sorry, betrayal that everybody else gets from her. Like she's so this, it's all negative. I mean, it literally is negative, and I can't even mentally. You have to be so strong to have to deal with that because they all being dragged for different reasons. But she got dragged with the whole commentary about the cat suit. She even got dragged because of the Ron situation. She got dragged here recently. They all she.
But I don't think she was dragged. I mean, just my honest opinion, Denise was painted the way they painted Denise, like people would actually have a visceral or a strong reaction to her. The way they painted Alexis, it didn't come across like they may have negative things to say, but I didn't walk away feeling like people, if they see her on the street, are like, oh, we ain't gonna talk to her. But the way Denise was portrayed, absolutely, people are like, she's shady, you know, how she portrayed like the angry black woman and all of that. They would get that perception of her. I didn't get that perception of Alexis, but I did. Not speaking to Denise, that's what I thought. I was like, whoa. But also, even how she was portrayed in the things that she said at the reunion. I've never met her in person, but I will say some of the things she said at the reunion when she says she lied. So, Devin, I'm gonna go here. Just thought when she says she lied about talking to Joy about that Joy wanted her to say this whole speech to the cast. So there were some things that she also played a role in, Devin. I know that's bad, but you being
real. You being real.
Denise, I didn't say it, Denise. I didn't say it.
But you know, I'm not saying I don't know you personally, but I will say that when there were certain things that were said that did give me pause when I saw that about Joy and the reaction that Joy had about it too. Like, for real?
Listen, the only thing I can say is, you know, some things you cannot edit out. Okay? If they come out of your mouth, you cannot edit some things out. Okay? And it's unfortunate that that situation didn't play out in a different way. Okay? Because it was really negative. It was very shady. It was very, you know, not good. Okay? And unfortunately, it really tarnished the image, you know?
And I think that probably out of everything, Devin, and you know, I think just what y'all's thoughts are, I think out of everything, because Joy had lost her sister during that time, I think that was probably the last straw for a lot of people. But I don't know her. In that moment, sometimes her heart, like she said, her intention behind it may not have been wrong. Her intention may have been to just, you know, her intention may have been right, but I think the way that it came across.
I will have to say this, Kamisha. I will have to say this. The fact that production filmed that happen, and the fact that they decided to air it anyway, to me, that was shady as F. Okay? Because if I'm a real producer, okay, of course it was tea, it was drama, okay? But to me, that was one of the most diabolical things you could ever do to me, okay?
Yeah, but
you can do to me.
Okay,
because
you talking about the Denise situation, right?
I would not have aired that. I would not have aired that.
But look, I'm gonna say this about the Denise situation now. And even when that was a while ago when I told her about this, I said that as far as black women, especially dark completed black women, we're always seen as a villain of everything. I completely 100% relate. Even as a black blogger, I have said some things and have been like known for that in an angry moment. So it is unfortunate that she was portrayed the way that she was, but at the same time, you know, we're on, if you're on TV or like we're on video now, you still are saying whatever you are saying. You have to take responsibility, you know, for whatever you said. I know production does something, I know they move things around, I get that, they do, but at the end of the day, who's saying it? Because even if the production gives you a hint, you're still saying it, you're still opening your lips and these words are coming out. So I think that I get where there is blame to go around, but at the end of the day, and I'm not on the TV show. No, I'm not in a position. I'm gonna say that real quick, so I'm not judging. But I feel like you got to be a little mindful of what you say because it's out there forever. Whatever you say on TV, like what we say on YouTube, whatever we say today, it's out there. So
Okay,
I mean, I don't know.
so I guess I will use myself as an example, since
Bring
you
it.
say that, since you bring that up. You know, I had a situation. I'm going to talk about the Dedrick situation.
Okay. Is this the one where you said don't come for me? Hold up.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
I was like, oh, I said I'm gonna have to call my boy, calm him down. I said something to that.
Okay, and I'm gonna talk about it because everything in my life the last like 6 months, I have like just let go of all negativity and anything toxic in my life. And when I live a life that is beautiful and full of love and energy, God gives me that back. Okay.
Right.
So I made a post, and that post after the first episode, okay, that post said 2 people are chasing clout, not love.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That post went up, and the fans, of course, they go into the comments and they're like, you know, they already know who it is. Okay. And so they're saying those names. Well, I don't even know who. One of the fans said, "Oh, Devin, your boy, ready to love. Who you talking about, boo? Who you talking about?"
I got the flies up for y'all.
And I, for a split second, I said their names. At that time, I said Troy and I said Alexis. Okay. Now, when I said those 2 names, I took a step outside of my box, because my box is, Devin, you are a representative of the cast of Ready to Love, whether you like it or not. You are a representative. So you have to play this role professionally, whether you like it or not. You cannot just say whatever you want to say. Okay. I learned that now today. Back then, 3 months ago, I was like, I don't give a F. Okay. So I'm going to say it. So I said it. Okay. And then, this is tea, y'all. Okay. And then I got a DM. No, sorry, I didn't get a DM. I got Dedrick went into the comments, okay, and dragged me for filth in the comments section. So that means that everybody could see what was happening, okay? Everyone could see what this conversation that we had, okay? So I then went into Dedrick's DM because I wasn't about to, you know, go back into the comments. That's messy, okay? So I went into his DM and said, listen, you can say what you want to say to me, but don't do it in the comments. Do not do it for everyone to see, okay? Because to me, that's messy, okay? Hit me in the DM. He didn't like that. We went back and forth for like 30 minutes, okay? In the DM. It got really heated, okay? To the point where if I was in Houston, I would have pulled up and we would have been fighting.
Oh, snap.
Real talk. Because it was disrespectful and I didn't feel like it was getting anywhere. And, you know, he felt like he was being threatened. I felt like I was being threatened. And I was like, let's go. Okay.
Oh, my God.
Let's do what it do. Okay. Now, after that situation, I didn't feel good about it, obviously, you know. So I took the post down immediately. Okay. I took the post down immediately. Okay. And I said, I'm just going to let it go. Okay. I'm not even going to talk about it. The one thing I did do, and only because I truly believe in if you give love, you're going to get love, is I went and I DM'd Alexis and I apologized to her because from what I heard from Dedrick, she was very hurt by it. Okay. And it was like her first taste probably of like real negativity. you know, and I didn't necessarily want that negativity to come from me because I'm a person about love, you know, and so I
Right.
apologized to her for that. And, you know, we talked it out, and me and her, we're good. Okay. So
Awesome.
that happened. Now, that being said, at that point, me and Dedrick, we wasn't cool. I wasn't effing with him. The one thing I didn't do to you, Dedrick, I know you're gonna see this, okay? The one thing I didn't do, because I had a level of respect for you, was I didn't block you. Okay. I
Mm.
didn't, because I could have easily blocked you, right? But I didn't do that because I was like, no, he's a cast member. I'm gonna support him whether he likes it or not. Okay.
Okay.
And so the thing about all of that is you do have to watch what you say sometimes. Okay. I
Yeah.
said something I should not have said. Okay. And
Mm.
I can take full ownership and accountability. That was wrong. I shouldn't have did that. You know? So Dedrick, I have nothing but love for you, respect for all of you guys, no hard feelings. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm not going to even front. You were right, Dedrick. You were right.
Right. Well, look
Wow.
at you, growth.
Yeah, for real.
So, like somebody says that, but I do think that, people have to remember that you guys are giving commentary and we're giving our opinions. And honestly, it's just our opinions. And, so we do have to be mindful of that, like you said, but I also think that you are entitled to have an opinion.
Oh,
All
for
of the
sure.
fans have an opinion.
I completely agree with that. I'm gonna say, look, I've had a few run-ins with the cast last year. I don't think it's a big deal now. Is for me, it is at least anyway. And even this year, I had a little bit when I, posted the audio of Dietrich, and it wasn't that much of a big deal, but we had to reschedule our interview. That's how much a big deal it was. And then when I spoke about I forgot her name, who had the baby last year, who was pregnant, Alicia.
Alicia.
When
Alicia, yeah.
Yeah, when she was talking about bloggers and saw my name and started going off and all these things and going off on Little Black Book. So it's like, for me, I'm gonna keep giving my opinion, and I know some people may not like what I have to say. Even in the beginning, when I was talking about Troy and I said some things, people didn't like what I said in my video. But like Joy said, we're gonna give our opinion as bloggers. We do reality TV. It is what it is. I'm not gonna please everybody, but I don't want to make enemies at the same time. It's just a balance. It's a hard balance that we have to ride. But
It is.
I'm not changing nothing. I'm not changing anything. If I come on here and say I don't like what you said, I don't like what you said. That's just it.
And you know what? The one thing that we have to realize, and I think this is for anybody, once you make yourself a public personality and you decide to go on a public platform, you are open to scrutiny. It is just reality. It's what you signed up for. And I think a lot of people, we don't realize when we put I was a news reporter. So I knew there were certain things by me being on TV that people were going to judge me for, that people were going to make comments about, that if I went to the store and did something, whatever that is, you sign up for that. And I think you have to realize that. And maybe that's where people, have to realize that you are a public personality when you decide to go into reality TV, which opens you up to scrutiny, whether you like it or not. It is the facts. It is the way it is. And so, I commend you, Devin, for going back and apologizing, but it was your opinion. And you didn't we don't even know these people, like for real. We're meeting you in micro doses, and we're just giving an opinion about what we feel. And it may be right, it may be wrong, it may be far off base, but it's an opinion. And that's why people love both of y'all. I love watching both of y'all, honestly, because you crack me up. I'm listening to opinions, and I know you're going to tell it like it is. And if you just were like, everybody is wonderful, this is a great show, nobody's going to be watching you because we come to you for your insight.
I do wonder, that here's a big difference. Kamisha, when you decided to do what you do, Kamisha Reviews, you decided to show your face and sell your opinion. Joy, when you decided to do what you do, you decided to show your face and give your opinion. I did not choose this life. This life chose me, okay? Because I had no idea that I was going to be a blogger. No idea, okay? And so now that I'm in this life, and exactly what you said, I know that I'm going to say something that somebody's not going to like, and they're going to be like, well, okay, I'm not going to interview with you. And then I'll be like, okay, well, that's all right. I'll be all right,
Right.
But, it's hard. It's a hard balance. It's a really hard balance because I'm not trying to make no enemies. You know?
Yeah, because truth be told, honestly, I like everybody. I mean, you might do some stuff that I'd be like, okay, that was a little shady. But even when I'm talking about Kyra, I follow her. I think she, I like stuff that she talks about. I'm not coming for her. We're talking about what we're seeing and how it's being interpreted.
Right.
It's not about your character and quality of person.
Right.
And that's also the thing people got to separate is that we're not seeing the entire 3D picture. We're only seeing what the producers put on the screen. And I've had to say this to other people, like, look, when we blog about you guys or record you or whatever we're doing what we see on the screen. We obviously know it's a deeper situation going on. We don't know what you do when you get off the camera and you go home at night, or the conversations that are being had offline, the gray area. We don't know. So we're just speaking on what we see. And sometimes people take it to heart and real sensitive about it, where it's like, you're attacking my character. But it's like, no, we're not. We are speaking about a reality TV show that you chose to be on.
Correct.
Like Joy was saying earlier. That was your choice. Yes.
And you're getting paid to be on the show.
And you getting paid, boo. You gotta take these comments, okay? You getting a check. All right. I ain't getting a check, you getting, boo. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so,
do you think that so here's a question. Do you think that everyone is paid a certain amount before they even go on TV? So that let's just throw $10,000 out there. Let's say every cast member gets $10,000, right? But if you last longer,
you get more money probably.
You're gonna get another $2,000 an episode. Okay.
I'm staying.
I know CBS does that with Big Brother. If you stay on the show, the longer you stay on the show, the bigger coin you get. I know some competition shows, actually the challenge, all these shows do that. I don't know about the dating because sometimes they
probably do because they have to. Because you're paid, if you think about by episode, you would almost have to pay. One of my friends actually became just a segment producer for Big Brother, so I might be able to tell y'all. So I gotta check in.
Wait a minute now.
Yes, one of my.
Oh my God, that's my world. Don't do that to me. I'm about to flip.
I saw it. I was like, girl, what? Wait. Okay. But anyway, going back to, I imagine that there is, that they are being compensated because it is a sacrifice. You're having to spend time. They're making tons of money off the show, so they should be compensated.
I believe it was Calfani said that they make around like their salaries that they would get in their normal jobs.
I take it
because
I would too.
You have to leave but that was for season 3. If you think about season 3, they had to leave their jobs.
Yeah.
And go to a resort. So you're gonna have to pay me like what I'm basically making like every day, my day rate at my job, because else I could stay at work and make that money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Wow. That is,
and then I know
Joy got me thrown up a little bit.
I know if you show up to the reunion, you get another check.
I'm sorry, what?
If you show up to the reunion, you get another check.
Oh, I'll be showing up there. And so, it is interesting to think about this whole reality TV thing and how much of it is scripted, and if you're paying people.
You guys ever do reality TV?
Ooh,
I've been asked that a lot.
Yes,
I would do it.
I would, but I would probably be. They'd be like, she's so analytical. Because I know everything, after watching it and stuff like that and being a media person, I'd probably be watching everything I said. So it'd be interesting to see how I would be portrayed. I don't know. I would probably do maybe like a Married at First Sight. That would be challenging because that would be fun. Yeah. But I would
no dating for me.
Just depending on the show.
So, yeah. Okay. So she said Married at First Sight. Kamisha, what reality show would you do?
Okay, everyone who knows me should know I'm gonna say Big Brother. I'm a Big Brother blogger and fanatic. I'm going on Big Brother if I go to anybody. We were talking after the live, Joy. We were talking.
I don't know what she's gonna tell me because I saw it on. I was like, "Girl, really? Like you gonna be a segment producer? Okay."
I have been doing commentary on Big Brother and watching for over 20 years. So anything about Big Brother, I freak out on. So when she said she knows somebody, I was like, oh my God, me and Troy, we got to talk a lot. Anyway, I'm sorry. She threw me off with that. I just don't even know. But anyway, that's what I'm going to do.
What you doing, Devin? If you said no, but if you had to do one. So you mean to tell me today, I just want truth, facts, and reality. If got a call today from OWN and said, Devin, we want you to be on our next season, is it no?
Oh my God.
If okay, so I wouldn't do a dating show
Okay.
because I would not do a dating show, okay? Because this weekend
You found the love of your life.
I'm about to pop the question this weekend.
Oh my God. Hold on, let me get my roses. Wait a minute. Hold on. Let
But
me drop
Devin,
a
how
bomb.
you done giving it away on YouTube? How they gonna be surprised?
Hold on, let me go drop a bomb. Drop a bomb for Devin real quick.
He don't watch this, so he ain't gonna see this.
But wait, but okay, this is where I'm confused, Devin. Last week you
roses.
said that you was keeping your options open, that you had many options. So how did we go from many options to now proposing?
So
oh my God.
So I was dating a lot of people, and then I chose one.
Oh.
And that one that I chose, I realized that I was in love with, and I want to spend the rest of my life with him. So I am about to pop the question. And
so no reality dating TV shows for you.
So I wouldn't do a love show, but what I would do, if y'all want to cast your first gay couple to be on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, that I would definitely.
You in Houston though? How you know? Where you
baby, I will be Eva Marcel. I will rent me an Airbnb at the Atlanta area and be like, we relocating, okay? Because that Bravo check is a good check. Okay.
So wait, you relocating? Ain't even from the area. I'm like, don't wait. Where you? Okay.
Maybe they didn't do a Real Housewives of Houston or Texas or something.
She moved to Atlanta just to be on the show. Yeah, I'm doing that.
Wow, that is amazing.
Top model, I love you.
You see my roses? I got roses for you. You see I got roses falling.
I love it, you guys. Okay. Since I know my boo, he don't watch this. I'm gonna tell you how I'm about to propose. Are you guys ready?
Okay, tell us the deal.
Okay, so
let me get a campfire going over here. Hold on.
We're gonna be going to a drag show on Friday. Okay. And at the drag show,
campfire.
They're going to bring him on stage. Okay. They're going to bring him on stage and they're going to bring me on stage. And they're going to have us do a lip sync battle against each other. He's going to go first and he's going to do, I don't know, some song. He's going to do some random song. And then I'm going to go and my song is going to be by Jason Derulo. It's called Marry Me. Or Will You Marry Me? Something like that.
Oh, that is so sweet.
And when you get to the chorus is literally like, Will you marry me? And I'm just going to get on one knee and propose.
So you giving up all these others?
I'm giving up all the others. You guys, let me tell you something. The one thing I learned about Ready to Love and what I learned from watching Joelle and Vernisha's connection was that when you truly find someone that you feel this is your person, you let go of all others and you be 100% committed to that person, okay? Because karma is a B-I-C-T-H, okay?
Yes, and Lord.
If you lie, all of that's going to come back on you, okay? And I'm not here for it. So I let go of everybody I was dealing with and I said, this is the man that I want to be with. Okay, so I'm letting go, and I got these beautiful roses from Kamisha coming down on me, and
you have heard it here, okay? We've heard this is
just all kind of tea.
Yes,
I know, right?
I am here for it, you guys.
Were you planning to tell us this, Devin, today, or was this just like impromptu?
It was impromptu.
We just brought it out of you.
Say what?
We just brought it out of you.
You did. You just brought it out of me. I absolutely. And I just love it so much. And I'm so excited. You guys are the biggest purchase I ever made. Okay. I was like,
I'm very excited for you.
I really love this person. So I'm really excited. And I just thank everybody for all of your support and your love. And, it's been a journey to love. But just because I'm in love doesn't mean
journey to love.
Is it going to change your perceptions now moving forward? Because you're going to have rose-colored glass. You be like, they so cute. I just love love.
I just love love. Now I got my baby. I just love love.
You're gonna be like,
Well,
everybody's so
I gotta get
cute.
my Whitney Houston rat.
I have had such a great time with you guys, have you guys on here. There was a scheduled live on Instagram that I missed, but I was sick. And so I had to do it again and had them on here. And I'm so happy that I was able to get these two on here. It was just exciting. I have enjoyed. People in the chat were saying that our chemistry was pretty nice. They were saying they enjoyed having you guys on here. So I hope that you guys will be on again. And congratulations again to you, Devin. And I hope all the best wishes for you. It's such a blessing that you are doing this. I love, period. Anyway, so did y'all want to say anything before we close this live out today? Because we went from ready to love to talking about real love, okay?
Hey, Mary J. Blige, let's get it.
Real love.
My last thing is, I'm excited for this weekend, for Friday's show. I'm gonna be watching, and just to all the cast members to know that even though we're talking about you, we don't know you personally, so it's never personal. It is just personal. Part of it.
Love, always.
All love, and for all the fans, y'all, I can't wait to hear what y'all's got to say. Because I don't know about y'all, but I love being in the comments. I love to hear what people are thinking. So
wait until the live drops, Joy. And when the comments are under, it's going to be insane. And you guys know also that I'm not doing any more interviews until after the reunion. I'm going to have a few people from the cast to come back on to give some exclusives after the reunion, because so much tea will be dropping during the reunion that they cannot say before. So I'm going to have a few people on here, and I want you guys to remember to have your questions ready, because it's going to be some more popping tea coming on here, and they want to come and tell their own tea themselves. So I'm going to wait and hold off. Liz will be on here first after the reunion, so you guys stay tuned to Community Wall for details and on my Instagram for details. And I will also have timestamps of this live and all the information in the description when the live drops. Anything else y'all want to end before we close this down?
Yeah, I can confirm I've got the lovely Miss Kyra coming on to Hey Lovers Instagram Live very soon next week, and we're gonna get into all of the tea, y'all. I'm gonna try to get into the tea with her. Depends on what she wants to say, but you guys, thank you for supporting me and all of my endeavors and my journey, and ready to love. And I'm about to start reviewing with Kamisha. I know you do this. I'm gonna be reviewing Put a Ring on It as well, and I'm gonna also start reviewing. What else I'm reviewing? Oh yeah, Love and Marriage Huntsville. So y'all stay tuned for that.
Devin, you better have me on when you start getting into that show, because I've been a fan for just bring me on every once in a while. Just add some little commentary.
I absolutely will, Joy. I love you.
Kamisha, Joy, you want to close the thing out and
having us?
Oh, no problem. I enjoy both of y'all.
Yeah, I just really, it was a great chat tonight. And I think it's so good for us to even bring ourselves and our opinions and just to share this. And thank you, Kamisha, for opening up your stage to both of us and just allowing us to talk about what we're thinking about and probably what a lot of people are talking about with their friends. So it's just been great. And I'm excited to have the opportunity. I'm not an official blogger. I just love talking about this. So whenever I can add my 2 cents, I'm ready to do it, because I'm all about love.
You might be revamping that. You might become a blogger.
I'm about to say, I think it's too late. And just in case if anybody have not want to dedicate any kind of donation to the channel, please make sure you donate to the Cash App Kamisha Reviews.
She made sure that one stayed up the longest.
Right. Don't forget to check out my Instagram.
So you don't miss out on anything else that I post.
You check it out.
It's true.
Get your money.
I was like, that was like a 30-second. The other was like 10-second.
Oh my God, my stomach. Okay, I wasn't ready for her to say that shit. Anyway, shout out to the moderators in the chat, always supporting 100%, posting all the links and everything. My favorite movie. So anyway, we're going. Y'all still on the live. I'm gonna end this. All right, guys. I will see you guys next time. I'll post clips to my Instagram of this live, and I'll see you guys in the comments again. Thank you for coming to Kamisha Reviews.